Okay, today's install day. Let's get these threaded anti-vibration inserts installed on this pair of flex bars from Fasst Company. We're going to go over the tapping process, how to get these guys installed smoothly and set up best for you. So it's hopefully an easy process with no issues, no hiccups, just smoother rides and less blisters on those hands. All right, so before we get started, we are going to want a couple of tools and things set up, ready to go. First is going to be our tap that Fasst Company provided for us. You need some kind of lubrication or a cutting oil to go along with this. You're of course going to need your weighted bar insert, and you should be, for the tap, using a proper handle for moving it in. I do not have one for it. In the past, I have always used a pair of vice grips. Clamp on, a lot of pressure while you slowly go. Or in the instructions from Fasst Company, they say you can use an 11mm wrench as well. You should mark your tap for how deep you want to go on this. If you tap it too far in, you're not going to be able to have something for the weighted bar insert to kind of snug up against. So it's always a good idea, just kind of line your tap up along with it. You can see here it is tapered until it actually starts cutting. So right about where it's going to start cutting on your handlebars, line it up to the end here. I'm just going to take a blue Sharpie for now, mark about where I want the end to go. And then I will throw some tape around that so that I know when to stop. I have here our tap, and I've gone ahead and where we have the blue mark, just threw some white tape around that. That's just going to be a visual cue for me so that when we get about here, I need to stop and not go too much further. My goal is, though, I do want the weighted inserts to be countersunk in here just a little. I decide to run a fully enclosed throttle tube. If it's sticking out past the handlebars here, it could give me some problems, but if it is recessed just a little bit, we're going to have no issues at all. If you have it available, you're going to want some air. As you're cutting into this, you're going to have a lot of those little chips fall in there. A little bit of air, something you can stick in there and blow. It's going to help get it all out. Have something to catch it with, because those little shavings are going to go everywhere. It's going to be a nice little explosion, and it will take you forever to find them. Don't ask me how I know. So a little bucket or something you can put over the end of the handlebars, just tip it over to the low point, blow it in there, it'll all fall out. Okay, so we get our lube, and we're just going to give it a little squirt in there. Here off camera, I'm going to squirt down here, not get it all over the bike. Okay, get that lined up. Again, because I do not have a handle to fit this right, I'm just going to cheat and use a pair of vice grips. Instructions from Fasst Company say you can get by with an 11 as well. I've always had good luck using these, so I'm just going to stick with it, because for this, we want it very straight and true. We've got even pressure. See here. And as we push in, we're going to just cut a little. Make sure it feels like it's going straight. Give it a nice visual check. Still looks good. And we're going to just keep cutting. Don't go fast. Don't try to rush it. About every half or full turn, just throw a little more lube on there. There's always time for lube. Okay, if it starts feeling a little tight, it's fighting you a little bit, back it out some. You'll see we got some chips falling. Just trying to clear the way. Again, don't rush it. Spending an extra 5 minutes to do this will save you so much headache. All right, so it feels like I got a lot of pieces in there. I'm gonna back this out quite a bit. See if I can clean this out some. Yep. Getting those in my bucket down below me. Again, that's why you want that bucket down there. So I'm gonna clean this off real quick and show you how it's been cutting so far. And you can see we've got everything starting. I'm gonna go ahead and just blow it out right now. No reason to leave all that in there. Okay. Get that lubed up really nice down there. Now when you're putting this back in, you don't want to damage the threads you've already done. So, go nice and easy, get it lined up really well. It should spin just super smooth. There should be no binding. If it is, back it out, go again. Okay. I already lubed a little, but you know what? Doesn't hurt. Throw a little more in there. This is not a fast process. Again, do not rush it. Especially as we get near the end here, you can tell having a little bit more issues. And that is where more lube, going slow, back it out, go forward. Just kind of breaks up the little chips in there. Makes it a whole lot easier on you. All right, so that's really binding up. Let's back it all the way out again. See how much we got on here. Yep. You can see a whole lot of these little fragments. While they look small, the problem is they get in the way of the teeth as they're trying to cut, and just makes it so much harder to get through it. Now I sound like a broken record, but when you're putting this back in, it should go very smooth, very easy. You don't want to try to cross thread it, have to cut new threads. This should just be very simple. We made it. We are to our stopping point. So we're going to bring this guy out. And we'll take our air one more time. Lean this all the way over. Okay. Now there, we have a nice clean cut. That to me looks pretty straight. Let's see if we found that magic spot. That is looking pretty good. And there you go. All right, and it's that simple. As you can see, it takes a little bit of time and you want to go slow, be really precise with it. And again, go slow. Take your time, make sure it is lined up just right. But if you do, you see, nice, perfectly flush finish right there. So I'll be able to put full throttle tube on, not have to cut the end off and worry about it binding up. But if I do want to, run a wraparound, I can just throw one that's already cut off back on there, put my wraparounds on, and I'm set. So if you have any questions on these, please leave a comment below or reach out to Fasst Company. Amazing customer support with them. So I'm hopefully going to be riding here soon. Everything's kind of locked down right now, but hopefully we can get out, get a little seat time, and see how much these really do help. So hopefully you can be watching for that video. And until next time, please like this video, subscribe, and if you have questions on it, leave a comment below.